You guys, I think it's time that we face the facts. That tomorrow night, we are going to see the dreams of Robert Whittaker and his hope of ever reclaiming the middleweight title are going to come to an end via a devastating knockout by Ikram Aliskerov. And he is going to regret the decision to take this fight on such short notice. I'm going to be talking about exactly how this is going to happen in this video. But before I do, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like and subscribe button, helps with the algorithm, helps grow the channel. And let me know in the comments, do you think Robert Whittaker is going to get the job done tomorrow? Or do you think Aliskerov is going to come out on top? Like I said, I personally think Aliskerov is going to knock out Robert Whittaker in some way, shape, or form. The good news is, if it goes to a decision, it's probably going to favor Robert Whittaker. If you look at some of the fight stats, Robert Whittaker has some great takedown defense. He absorbs much less significant strikes than Ikram Aliskerov. So if it becomes one of these long, drawn-out fights, I do think that favors Robert Whittaker. But unfortunately, I don't think he's going to get the credit that he deserves if he comes out on top. The reality is he's fighting a guy that is completely unranked. And although he's super dangerous and probably could hang with the top people in the middleweight division, he's unranked, you know? So Robert Whittaker beating him, everyone's going to go, hey, that's exactly what should have happened, and it's not going to move him any closer to getting a title shot, even though, props to Rob, he is a badass for agreeing to take this fight because there is so much at stake here. Ikram Aliskerov is part of that Dagestani crew that trains with Khabib. In fact, he picked up the phone and called Khabib, basically saying, should I take this fight? Khabib was like, yeah, take this fight. We're going to sweat for the next couple days. You're going to make weight. This is the opportunity, right? My understanding from what I've seen out there is that if Ikram Aliskerov wins, he's next for a title shot, right? The only guy who he's lost to in his history is Khamzat Chimaev. And I think his last 3 fights or something have been a win by knockout. So he's got power. He's got stopping power. And what we saw from Paulo Costa is that Robert Whittaker can be wobbled, right? He's been knocked out by Izzy before. That kick from Paulo Costa nearly finished him in his last fight. And so if we get a good shot from Ikram Aliskerov in the first couple rounds, which I think he can do, because Robert Whittaker can be hit, there's no doubt about that, then we're going to see Ikram Aliskerov become one of the top-ranked middleweights in the division. We are going to see him next in line for a title. And unfortunately, I don't see a way that Robert Whittaker climbs back up that ladder, right? Now, he is still relatively young. He's only 32, right? A couple wins could get him back in that position. Robert Whittaker has never lost 2 fights in a row. That's true. But I just don't see where he goes from here, right? Loses to Ikram Aliskerov. That maybe there's Nasruddin Imavov. He could fight him. There's Jared Cannonier. Maybe there's something he could do with Sean Strickland. I don't know, right? Because, like I said, there's just nothing. There's no win here for him. Him winning this fight, other than the glory of winning, doesn't get him any closer to that rematch with Dricus or get him next in line for a title. And him losing will be devastating to his career and to his hopes of ever getting back into a championship position. And unfortunately, I just think people underestimate how good these Dagestani guys are, how disciplined they are, right? How much they train and prepare. It's short notice fight for both guys, right? And I think that gives a little bit of an edge to Robert Whittaker. because of the experience that he has, because of the guys that he's faced, because of the skill set that he has. But, you know, and it bodes well in the grappling department because I don't think that Ikram Aliskerov can take him down that easily. You know what I mean? He does have that combat sambo, you know, championship level pedigree. But Robert Whittaker also was a national Australian wrestling champion. He's going to compete in the Commonwealth Games in freestyle. He's got what's considered to be, if you look at the stats, better takedown defense than Ikram Aliskerov. So everything points to the fact that if Ikram Aliskerov does not get a knockout, then it's going to go to a decision. And if it goes to a decision, that absolutely favors Robert Whittaker. But then again, you know, there is that question. They are in a Muslim country. Ikram Aliskerov is a Muslim guy. Will the judging be fair? Right? If it's close, you know what I mean? A lot of people are thinking that they're probably going to give the nod to Ikram. So unless Robert Whittaker kind of beats him handedly for all 5 rounds, or he gets a finish, which he hasn't finished anyone, I think, in his last 6 fights, then we could have a judging issue where even then Aliskerov gets the nod. So really tough place for Robert Whittaker to be. I feel for the guy because, like I said, he doesn't get a whole hell of a lot out of this. And even if he does, even if he comes out on top, all he does is kind of preserve his position. But if he loses, frankly, he loses everything. So, yeah, my pick, Ikram Aliskerov. I think he's getting that job done. I think he's going to be taking Robert's place at the top of the division. And I think he's going to be next in line for a title shot. And I think, unfortunately, this weekend, we're going to see the dreams of Robert Whittaker ever becoming a champion again go out the window. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.